Happy February. My name is Amber, and I'd like to start with a reading from Consolations by David White. So as I read, sit comfortably, and your eyes can be open or your eyes could be closed. Honesty is grounded in humility and indeed in humiliation, and in admitting exactly where we are powerless. Honesty is not found in revealing the truth, but in understanding how deeply afraid of it we are. To become honest is, in effect, to become fully and robustly incarnated into powerlessness. Honesty allows us to live with not knowing. We do not know the full story. We don't know where we are in the story. We don't know who is at fault or who will carry the blame in the end. Honesty is not a weapon to keep loss and heartbreak at bay. Honesty is the outer diagnostic of our ability to come to ground in reality, the hardest attainable ground of all, the place where we actually dwell, the living, breathing frontier where there is no realistic choice between gain or loss. This speaks to me because in our yoga practice and in mine in general, and especially right now in the present moment, there's a level of having to be honest with where my body is in terms of injuries and places where I feel inflexible and more flexible. So there's a level of honesty that we have to have as a yoga practitioner. But at the same time, the practice is not to limit yourself within the boundaries of your own perception of your body. Because sometimes we can think things like, oh, my hips are too tight, or I have this injury, so that limits me from doing certain things, which can be very honest and very true. But where is the honesty or the division or the realization of holding ourselves back in a way? And that's a really personal experience that just has to do with you and your practice when you start to self-study and realize that, oh, wow, I'm almost creating an identity around this injury or this part of my body that's tight, when maybe that identity is not the truth. Continue to sit in a comfortable position. Place your hands under your armpits as you cross your arms in front. Sit up really tall with your chin parallel to the floor. You can look down with your eyes open, or you can close your eyes but continue to look downward. You can kind of feel how your thumb is touching into the side of your chest, close to the shoulder, and your fingertips are actually touching the side ribs, under the body, under the arms. When you inhale, see if you can expand your chest towards your thumbs and your side ribs wide towards your fingertips. And then as you exhale, notice how those areas retract. So with an awareness and an effort there, let's try it again as a practice round. Inhale, expand your chest to your thumbs, your side ribs to your fingertips. And as you exhale, feel the retraction from all around, as if you're creating a three-dimensional quality in your chest cavity. So we're on the same breath. Inhale, do that again, expand. And as you exhale, feel that retract. Inhale, expand your chest cavity three-dimensionally. And when you exhale, feel the retraction of your chest and move really slow with the breath. We'll do 3 more rounds. Inhale, expand with an even texture breath. Exhale, release with an even texture breath. 2 more. Slowly inhale. Slowly exhale. Do the last one on your own. And when you're finished with that last one, release your hands, place your hands anywhere on your thighs or your knees. And just for about 3 breaths without really doing any technique, just observe the quality of your breath after the technique you just did. Does the breath feel a little bit freer, more open? Bringing awareness to that part of your body, your heart, your chest cavity. Brings an awareness to your inner truth. Flutter your eyes open if your eyes are closed. Begin to move your gaze to the horizon. Extend your legs out into a wide V shape, staying on your blanket or pillow or towel that you're sitting on. And place your palms together, reaching the hands forward. As your palms are placed together, look towards your right thumb and lift your chest. Inhale. As you exhale, start to move your right hand through space and keep following your right thumb with your gaze as you twist. Coming forward on the inhale, come all the way back. Look towards your left thumb. As you exhale, looking at the left thumb, start to twist the left hand back, trying to gaze all the way to your capacity in the twist, and inhale, come all the way back, palms touch. Exhale, right thumb, twist. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, left thumb, twist. Inhale, move the hand through space. One more time. Exhale, right thumb. Inhale, move it back. Exhale, slide the left hand through space, continuing to look at the left thumb. Inhale all the way back. As you exhale, slide your hands to your heart for a moment and just take 2 breaths, noticing how you feel after those movements. Not only stretching certain parts of the upper body and the torso, but our eyes when we follow the thumb with our gaze. Lean back in space and move into easy pose. So it's different than how we were seated earlier, where you have one foot stacked in front of the other. For this one, you take the feet wider and forward. And sometimes I have to really wiggle around to get my position right for this. Ankles under the knees. If you can see that, with the front shin parallel if you're sitting to the top of the mat or to the side of the mat. Okay, place your hands back behind you, lift your chest, deep breath in, and just notice where you feel it. Like for me, I feel it a lot in the outer hip area. And that might be enough for you to stay upright. And it might also benefit you to sit up higher on more blankets or a block, even if it feels really challenging here. There's a lot of sensation. If it's feeling okay, you can walk the hands forward and fold over the legs. If you're rounding your back, walk back, extend your spine and stay there, and then challenge yourself to keep that extension as you fold forward. Okay, flexing the feet. Breathing into an awareness of where you feel this. If you feel it in the outer hips, use the sensation to focus your mind, but really stay connected to the breath, noticing that as well. Just about 3 breaths. Relaxing your face, trying not to clench your jaw. And very slowly inhale, rise back. Extend your legs out in front of you and give it kind of a shake. And then switch your legs. So whatever shin was in the front, switch it up. Remember the ankles are under the knees, easy pose. I don't find this easy at all. Front shin parallel to, if you're sitting toward the top of the mat or the side of the mat, that shin's parallel to that side of the mat. Lift your chest, deep breath in. Exhale, start to hinge at your hips and notice. This side might be really different, or it might not be at all, but notice the sensation and how having one leg in the front, it just becomes almost a different posture in a way. So we move into doing postures on each side of the body. Link your awareness to your breath primarily, and then where you feel this in your body. 3 slow, even breaths. Looking toward what is showing up physically for you. A tangible experience. Inhale, rise back up. Give your legs a little shake. And move to one side, move the blanket off your mat and pillow off the mat and come onto your hands and knees, table pose. Wrist under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Spread your fingers evenly. Inhale, drop the belly, reach your heart forward. Exhale, push the floor away with your hands, round your back and look towards your belly. And just 2 more times. Inhale, heart reaching forward, shoulders softening back. Exhale, rounding the back between the shoulder blades, the mid-back, the lower back. Last one. Inhale, heart reaches forward, that whole inhale. Exhale, round your back. And changing it up a little bit. Inhale, come to neutral where you're not doing too much of either a back bend or rounding the back. But as you exhale, shift your hips to the left, push way back to your left heel. Swing your hips to the right, inhale, come back up. And then do that again. Exhale, move your hips to the left, push way back. And as you inhale to the right and back up. So it's as if you're making a circle with your tailbone. Exhale, left and back. Inhale, right and forward. And if this is too much for your knees, you can put the blanket under your knees as well. Do that one more time on your own with your own breath. So a total of 4. And as you come up to table, 1 inhale there at center, and then go the other direction as you exhale. Shift your hips to the right, push way back to the right heel, and then inhale left and come on up. So 4 circles total. Exhale right, push back. Inhale left and rise up. 2 more. Exhale right and back. Inhale left and up. So it becomes more fluid. Exhale right. Inhale left. Okay, neutral position, just hold for a moment and observe how that also really moved into your hips. Maybe the inner thigh as well as the outer thigh, the outer hip. Inhale, reach the heart forward, curl your toes under. Exhale, lift your hips to the sky and look towards your legs, downward facing dog pose. Okay, bend your knees a little bit for the first one. And really, as you push your hands down, try to reach your chest up towards your hips instead of toward the floor. Then once you find kind of that action in the body, you can challenge the legs straight, but if it rounds your back, bend the knees and work on creating lengthening all the way up towards your hips. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now slowly inhale, lift your right foot up any amount. And as you exhale, step the right foot forward, grab it and bring it up there if it didn't come on its own. Lower your left knee and pause. Look out in front of your right foot and take a breath. You see how my chest kind of started to reach forward. An option here, if that's challenging for you, if that's not really happening, is to put your hands on blocks. And so you're essentially bringing the floor up to you. You can do that with books too if you don't have any blocks. You're reaching the heart forward, looking forward, 2 breaths. Steady gaze, steady breath. And then pushing the blocks to the side or forward if you have them. Plant your hands and just step back to downward facing dog. And then notice, having done the posture on one side but not the other, do you notice a difference in the legs or the hips here?
Right, second side, inhale, lift your left foot to the sky. Exhale, step the foot forward. Again, you can grab it and bring it up there if it doesn't come on its own. Right knee down. Bring your blocks back if you did it on the first side. Then reach your chest forward as you look forward in front of your left foot, maybe about 2 feet or 3 feet. Then once you get that spot, steady your gaze. Try not to look all around and steady your breath. 2 breaths. After that second exhale, push the blocks forward or to the side. Plant your hands, lift your hips, and move back down dog. And be still, steady, reaching your chest towards your thighs, noticing, observing how it feels now, having done the posture on both sides. Walk your feet forward to the middle of your mat and walk your hands back. Bend your knees, grab your elbows in a forward fold. Just let your shoulders and your head hang. And then in this position, notice where you feel your breath the most. Do you feel it in your belly? Do you feel it somewhere in maybe your mid-back? Or do you feel it more in your chest, in your rib cage, in your collarbones? One more breath. You can just straighten the legs if that feels okay. Always keep them bent. You place your hands at your outer hips, squeeze your elbows to the sky. And with the flatter back, inhale, come all the way up to standing. And then turn to face one side of your mat. And carefully step your feet out wide, maybe about 3.5 feet. If you're taller, it'll be a little bit longer. As you step the feet out, angle the right toe so you'll turn on the heel of that foot, lift the toes up, and turn the toes toward one side of your mat. And then the other foot, move the heel back in space so that those toes actually are angling in a little bit. Then once you get that, keep your hands at your hips. We'll do this 3 times. Deep breath in, look forward. And when you exhale, bend your knee, look down at your knee and point it towards your second toe. So if you can't see your big toe, take it out a little bit. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the knee and try to track it in line with the second toe. Last one, inhale. Exhale. So having the ankle right under the knee, sweep your arms up to a T position and look at your right middle fingernail. Just 2 breaths, holding that position, steadying your gaze, challenging yourself to bend the knee right over the ankle and to strengthen the back leg. Straighten the leg, inhale, hands at the hips, turn the right toes in, then on your heel, turn the left toes out. So now the left toes are pointed toward the other side of the mat. Your right foot, turn the heel back so that the toes are turned in a bit. And then 3 times, so you lift your chest, chin more parallel to the floor and look with your eyes. Inhale. Exhale, bend your left knee and track it toward the second toe of that foot. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale, strengthen your legs, contract the leg muscles, and as you exhale, bend the knee, having the ankle more under the knee, and you might have to move your feet to do that. Arms to a T, look at your left middle fingernail, steady your gaze, so you're not looking all around. Steady your breath, 2 breaths. Hands at the hips, inhale, straighten the leg. Turn the toes forward, and you can heel toe the feet back to center. And turn forward, hands at the hips, squeeze the elbows behind you, deep breath. Exhale, fold forward. Now this time in the fold, keep your hands at your hips, squeeze your elbows toward each other, and see if you can keep your chest nice and open, so that your shoulders aren't rolling down or the chest isn't collapsing. Bend your knees as much as you need to really work that action of keeping the chest open. looking towards your shins, take 2 breaths. Walk the hands out in front of you. Walk the feet back, downward facing dog pose. Steady your gaze someplace between your legs. Reach your chest towards your hips and notice after doing all the postures we've done, how your legs feel now. Are they still feeling kind of tight? Where are they feeling a bit more open and warm? Where? It takes a deeper level of honesty to become aware of this kind of stuff in our physical body. Come down to your knees. Come back to seated, or bring your blanket back over. I always find it helpful to do things 2 times at least so you can see maybe the progress or the changes in the body. So back to easy pose, place one shin in the front, ankles under the knees, right? That shin parallel either to the top of the mat or the side of the mat, wherever you're situated. Lift your chest, inhale. Exhale, reaching the heart forward, maybe walk the hands forward this time, continuing the extension of your spine. And then observe, what's it feel like now? Where do you feel it? And how does it feel? And then inhale, walk back, shake the legs out. And then switch sides. So do the other side to create more balance. Lift your chest, inhale. As you exhale, hinge and fold. Relax your jaw, relax the muscles of your face. Observe. Very slowly inhale, walk back. Place your hands at your heart, either looking down with your eyes open or looking down with your eyes closed, doing a scan of your body, observing sensations and different awarenesses of the physical body, as well as watching the mind. It doesn't mean your mind doesn't wander, but you, as you practice, become aware of that as well. And come back to your breath. And when we become more honest on our yoga mat with what is showing up for us in this moment, keep coming back to this deeper connection, this part of us that can observe, we're more likely to be able to do that off the mat and to be honest. And that honesty coming from a deeper awareness, not just reactionary. And slowly tuck your chin, flutter your eyes open if they're closed, and see your fingertips. And then start to lift your chin until your chin is parallel to the floor and your gaze is toward the horizon. To thank you so much for your practice today, and I will see you next Sunday. Have a good week.